Similar, guys. So last week I was invited on a webinar. The topic was men's mental health, and they had these two speakers, Amachita. They sounded like they were either in their late 40s, and trying to give advice around gents and their mental health and blah blah blah, those type of things. And I'm listening to them, and it finally hit me why young men go and listen to Bo Andrew Tate. I'm listening to these guys that call themselves counselors and qualified, blah, 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 qualified, this, qualified. Why young men that are in their teens, in their early 20s, mid-20s, why they were running to people like Andrew Tate. If there's one thing that we like saying with your women are the enemy to another woman. We love saying that. We love saying with your woman hold other women back. One thing that we don't also talk about enough is the unnecessary pressure that some men, maybe might be me, some men put on others. Younger men who are struggling and are coming up. There's good pressure. Everyone, every human being, kids, little kids learning how to crawl, learning how to walk, they need some sort of pressure. Everyone needs pressure. But there's a level of pressure where it becomes so overwhelming. So overwhelming where you're like, I can't do this. I can't. It's one thing for someone to say, oh, you can't do any push-ups. Start by practicing one. Verse, oh, you are 200 kgs, you need to lose 100 kgs in a day. The advice they were giving, they were talking about young men are busy having sex, but they're not even married. Men must get married. I think a lot of men want to get married. You need to ask the question of why are men not getting married? You go to the average boy, 12-year-old boy, like, hey, would you like to get married and have a family one day? Most black boys would say, yeah. Fast forward maybe 15 years, and all of a sudden, the concept of marriage doesn't exist anymore. Why? There's so many reasons. It's trauma, pain, can't afford it, all these things. It's crazy. But you listen to these qualified people, and I'm listening. And I was writing down notes, and I wanted to say things. And eventually, I got to a point where I was like, you know what? We need to be very aware on how we give advice. We need to be very, very aware, because the advice that you might be giving someone is advice that is not at their level yet. I used to be a teacher, and the way that you teach matric maths is not the same way that you teach grade 8 maths. And I can't take the lessons and learnings and structure of my matric class and move it all the way to grade 8 exactly as it is. I need to tailor it to the grade 8s. The generation above me, the guys in their later 40s, they grew up very different. Very, very different. And they have a huge, for the most part, disconnect with guys in their 30s, and they don't understand anyone in their 20s. They are totally lost. Because so you need to approach already in a specific way. Like, guys, once they get into later 40s, it's a different generation. They can't share you. Because maybe some of them are lucky enough to have a great job. They are married. They've got kids. They are so far removed, the 25-year-old struggle. It doesn't make sense. They're so far removed from the 33-year-old who's struggling to have kids. They're so far removed, they don't get that. And then they say, yeah, we are here talking on behalf of men. I don't talk on behalf of men. I talk on behalf of myself. I'll use little antidotes of people that I've heard say things, but that doesn't mean with every single gent or corner who pension yamkhulumela. Mina ngavotela ubani ukuthi ngibe spokesperson. They spoke about having safe spaces with your wife. Guys, what's a safe space? And I've spoken about this many times when I say, hey, Machita, don't just go and tell females this and this and this. Because these people are going to take this thing and it's going to change your whole life. When you speak about a safe space, what are you speaking about? I had the absolute pleasure today of getting invited on Perspectives by Gwen. So, Usisu Gwen, she has a podcast and she invited me over and she wanted me to speak on masculinity. She wanted me to speak about the woman and the man. She wanted me to speak about feminism and what that looks like. She wanted me just a lot of topics around the quote-unquote manosphere. And we touched on what is a safe space. Because again, we say, oh, but men need to talk. Men must talk. Men must communicate. And I explained to her, Guti, if she was my wife And I went to her and I said, I need a safe space and a place where I can be open and honest. And then continue to tell her that I've just made another 2 women pregnant on the side. What will happen to that safe space? If I am the breadwinner and I earn 50K, she earns 10K, and I go to her and I say, I'm looking for a safe space, and love, I lost my job 3 months ago. We've been living off savings. I didn't tell you. What does that look like? What is the safe space? There's a reason why gents go and tell random bartenders or random barbers, or they'll tell a chick that they're meeting for the first time, or a slay queen or something. There's a reason why, because there's consequences as men. There's real repercussions that come from us being vulnerable, being open and honest. It's real. You will lose your business, you will lose your family, you will lose your kids, you will lose everything by being open and honest to the wrong person. So who do you become open and honest to? Because if umchita wam who's coming through uzovakashi weekend or whatever, uzongitshela ukuthi, hey bro, I just wanted to tell you okay. Sharp, I'll accept him because he's my boy, but there's certain things where I might not do anymore. Like, let's say when I'm finishing a shower and I have my little towel around my waist, walking around Hambi Hotel juice, and I might not do that anymore. Because there's repercussions for being open and honest. There's consequences for being open and honest. And I'm just being open and honest with you. So what is the safe space? We spoke about feminism in today's time. And I said, this has destroyed our sisters. This has destroyed men. We're sitting in a time where men are killing themselves at the most disgusting rate. And if they're not killing themselves, they're killing sisters. They're killing amazing queens. Abanye family, but they don't deserve to die. But again, it's because of the whole system that we're in. Mentally silimele. And there's no healing. And you think with feminism, by pushing women more aggressively for this generation, forget our mother's generation who didn't get an opportunity, or our grandmother's generation. I'm talking about people who are 40 and below. If you are female and you are 40 and below, and you went to the same school that I went to, show me policy-wise where you have been in the Zealand. I'm going black on black, man versus woman. Policy-wise, did you struggle getting into the university that you wanted to get in because you are female? Did you struggle? Did you struggle to get into the honors program because you are female? The career that you are in after all these qualifications, were you pushed to the back of the line because you're female? I'm only talking to 40 and below. We make it seem as if, the policies, we made it seem as if the system now is geared to oppress women like what it was. And yes, it was. But right now, according to stats, black females are the most qualified. You can Google it. And over black men, they own more property. Whether it's 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, it's fine. So essentially, versus each other, black on black, woman versus man, women are academically stronger than us, more qualified than us, own more property. Yet, fuck push yonke lento le. In the meantime, what's happening to Amachita? Are they not getting left behind? I look at it in the school system. I look in the school system where so many teachers are pushing for the little girls. When you turn on TV, it's just Doc McStuffins, it's Peppa Pig, it's so many shows that represent young girls. Great. And there's about 3 that represent gents. The boys don't have celebrities that they have to look up to. They don't. There's no more manly men. You know, when I grew up, I used to watch Biker Mice from Mars. And I used to watch a zigora of these fucking mice. I was like, Nambe mfumba isigora njenga labantu. Thina sasibuka ama Power Rangers, shama backfall. Thina sasibuka Tsubas. Those are things that we could like, okay, I could do that. Or Jackie Chan or Phantom. You look at the guys now and they go, they have nothing. Therefore, they end up just staring at us, go YouTube. They look after, now they're looking up to YouTubers and gamers and what. Because there's nothing. There's no one that is aspirational. If they look at South African celebrities that speaks to manliness, that they say, sharp, I can have that. There's about 5, max. And hundreds of amazing women. Hundreds. Mentally, as much as slimele, guys. And what's worse, it seems as if we are misguiding each other. Try it like this, misguide. Mentally, the guy goes into a downward spiral again. Tanga's 26, staying at home. When your advice to him is, man the fuck up. That's your advice. Okay, now he's man the fuck up. Now what? Because he's still in his mom's home. Now what? What now? Now I must go apply. Guy can walk up and down. I'm a mall is full of sisters that are working. Ngene Edgar 7 zosis. Ngene Chicken Licken 7 zosis. Ngene Shoprite 7 zosis. Ngene Woolworths 7 zosis. He'll walk every mall looking for a job. Can't find shit. What must he do? How must he man up? What? Tell us. Tell us. Qualification. Tell us. You have a whole generation of black men who are lost, black men who are in pain, black men who have no outlet. So again, it's either they hurt themselves and take their lives, or they hurt our sisters. They implode, then they explode. Because they don't know what the fuck to do. They have no cooking clue what the next step is. Nothing. Kota City, they must talk. And then they talk, and then the repercussions, the consequences. There's no such fucking thing as a safe space with you guys. There's nothing. What can I tell you? How can I say? What should I say? Tell me, what does that even look like? How do you create that? Oh, then they must speak to other men. Men judge men too. Men judge men too. And in certain areas, way worse than any female can judge you. Your partner cheats on you and you go tell him I cheated. There's some guys that will laugh. Maybe not to your face, but they'll be like, yeah, this guy's very been a bitch. So you don't even know what a safe space looks like. You don't know what it looks like within your gents because you guys in Tlangana no Chwala and chasing bums. You don't know what it's like with your partner because your partner is constantly telling you about her problems that you need to solve. You don't know what it's like about your mom who always says, hey, Tina says we're going to sugar and arthritis. You have no idea where to go. What does a safe space look like? Because you being a bitch, bruh. Hard enough. She'll pretend and be like, okay, it's fine. But how many women want a man who's crying every day? Because again, you know what it's like when you're going through something tough. You might go through something tough for 3 months. Financially, you might be in a hole for 3 months, 6 months. She's done with you. She's done because she still wants a manly man. Like, anyway, so please watch that episode on Siskwen's channel. We really do unpack the family. We unpack productivity as men. We unpack my thoughts of equality and what I thought women were looking for. Spoiler alert, I don't think women want equality. But anyway, topic for a different day. But we speak about a lot of different things. We didn't drop an episode. We recorded an episode last week where we unpacked also around mental health with Utebza on Amachen, sorry. We're going to try and rope in a bit more females as well on Amachens, just so that we can have different perspectives. And we're also going to just try and bring in everyday people. Well, I'm an everyday person, but just try and bring in more. Again, as Amachita Squads, we just chop it up and just talk about nonsense. Whatever nonsense we want to talk about, say relax and Squads. But anyway, guys, just let me know what you guys think in the comments below about men's mental health and the guidance that we have or the lack thereof. Share this video far and wide. Let's engage, let's talk, let's grow together. Guys, I appreciate every single like, every single subscriber. I appreciate every last thing. God bless you guys. I'm out.